The views and opinions expressed in this program are entirely the responsibility of the producer, Michael P. Gleason. Ergo, don't waste your time bothering the studio, if you get pissed off about the information being presented and discussed. This installment of The Ninth Floor will provide visual images of the criminals who attempted to perpetrate a fraud, for monetary gain, on the city of Chicago, by falsely accusing me, and using a 4-year-old, Latino female child, to pretend to be, the victim of a sex crime that never took place.
Hi kids, welcome to The Ninth Floor, episode 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 5th episode, and don't you want to know what it is? Today, we're going to learn a couple of new words and phrases. One word is called perjury, and the other word or phrase is called obstruction of justice. And to do that, I want to call my friend, Elliot. Elliot, can you come out and play?
I got time. Mike, how you doing, Mike?
Hey, how you doing, Elliot?
I'm great. I'm a little itchy here, but pat me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that feels good. That feels good.
Always good to see you, Elliot.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to teach the children some new words.
New words?
Yes, the first word is called perjury. Do you know what perjury is?
I believe I do. I think it's the offense of willfully telling the untruth in the court after having taken an oath of affirmation. That's like a lie, ain't it?
That's exactly what it is. It's when you tell a lie in court or under oath. So if you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and you tell something other than that, you commit the crime of perjury.
I didn't see that there.
Okay, this is what happened to me. This is what I'm charged with. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. This is for you?
Yes.
Oh my God! On Monday, January 30th, 2012, the reporting investigator was assigned to conduct an investigation of allegedly of a sexual harassment against Mr. Michael Gleason. You! On the same date, at approximately 2:07 p.m., it was alleged that Mr. Gleason was looking at a student as she used the bathroom and her pants were down. But Gleason, Mr. Gleason, aren't you gay?
Yes, 100%.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, and they knew it too. This is the outing coming out of the closet statement that was sent to adjudicator Tom Krieger, who was the assistant director of employee engagement. To Mr. Krieger, I also sent it to my union representative. Mr. Krieger, I have read and reread the document of the initial charges. There are perjury statements and outright lies, to wit. 1. I am gay. I have no more interest in the female form than I have in becoming a monk. 2. The questions I answered in my phone interview are not even relative to the events as described in this bit of bullshit that I'm accused of, known as investigative memorandum. 3. The timeline of events lacks continuity. 4. Paragraph 6 of page 2 is a total and complete fabrication. This is an obviously coached statement. The students were dressed in heavy winter jackets. To take off and put on these heavy coats is no casual event for a 4-year-old. No child took off their coat, stayed behind, returned to the class, and or used the bathroom. Now let's talk about the word perjury.
Perjury.
Here we have page 1, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if you'll start reading there, would you please?
Okay. Well, it says here, it's over here. My eyes are they're big, but they're not like they used to be.
You're doing fine, Elliot.
Yeah. At approximately 5 p.m., the RI interviewed Mr. Gleason by way of telephone.
Don't read my phone number.
No, I'm not going to read your phone number. I like to read theirs, though. Now, Mr. Gleason stated that he cannot recall how close he was standing near the bathroom door as she used the bathroom. Now,
Right there. That is perjury. She never asked me.
Right.
Well, first of all, what was the question?
What was the answer?
Yeah, she doesn't say what the question is. She just says, Mr. Gleason stated it.
So, therefore, there cannot be an answer.
She's making it up as she goes along.
Oh, that's perjury.
Yes, there you go. She told a
Bing, but I win.
big, fat, juicy lie. And she never told me the child's name. Mr. Gleason stated he could not recall how close he was standing near the bathroom door as Elle used the bathroom. What was the question? You're saying Mr. Gleason stated that he could not recall how close he was standing near the bathroom as Elle used the bathroom. What was the question? Because if the question is, how close were you standing as Elle used the bathroom, the answer is, who's Elle? Norellis Olivaria did not ask me one single question about dismissal time. She said nothing to me about staying behind with a child to use the bathroom. But throughout this entire document, and I counted them, 16 times she uses the statement, person stated. Mr. Gleason stated that the curtain in the bathroom had fallen multiple times throughout the day. Mr. Gleason stated he never peeked inside the bathroom. Mr. Gleason stated on Friday, Ms. Feliciano stated that on January 21st she arrived. Ms. Feliciano stated upon entering the school. What is the questions, Norellis? Hello? Why aren't you including the questions? FFGI investigator, now Cook County Sheriff investigator. Let me explain to you how you make an objective report. When asked, then you state the question. Notice that there's quotation marks. So we know that you asked that question. When asked, state the question. Mr. Gleason stated, and you write every word we say, word for word. When asked, how close were you standing to the door as Elle used the toilet? Mr. Gleason stated, I don't know who Elle is. Who is Elle? When are you talking about? Okay, so now the next one is going to be called obstruction of justice.
That's a long one, Mike.
Sure is. Would you like to read obstruction of justice for us, Elliot?
Yeah, I think I might learn something here, and I'm sure all the criminals out there, you may learn something too. It says here that tampering with evidence or evidence tampering is an act in which a person alters, conceals, falsifies, or destroys evidence with the intent to interfere with an investigation.
That is what Norellis Olivaria does.
Oh my God!
Here are some examples. Now, do you know...
Does that make her a criminal?
Yes, oh yeah, very much so. Very much so. Now, do you know what first person, second person, third person is? I, you, and he, she, it. I is first person. That means I'm talking about myself.
Me.
You, second person. That means I'm talking to or about you.
Me.
All right. And third person is talking about somebody not in the picture. He, she, or it.
So they're behind the scenes.
Yes. So a 4-year-old child doesn't talk about themselves in third person. So now we're going to examine obstruction of justice. So we're going to play a little game here. Okay?
I like games.
Yes. All right. All right. Let's start with page 2, paragraph 2.
Okay.
Would you like to go, Elliot? Okay. Here we go.
I'm going to read this one here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's put it down here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, it says here that Miss Slate, that upon entering the school, she did not L with the other students is in the front lobby area of the school.
Now, does she say, when she was asked the question, she said she stated. That means she's saying the exact word that Miss Feliciano said.
She said she stated.
Right.
So that means that's one area.
She changed. What she would say is, Miss Feliciano stated that upon entering the school, I did not see L with the other students in the front lobby.
Oh.
So she changes it.
She altered it. That's what you mean
there
by
you
altered?
go. Right. Here we go again. Let's go down to the child's testimony.
Now, at approximately 1 p.m., I interviewed at the Alexander Von Humboldt Elementary School. L stated that on the date of the incident, she was preparing her for dismissal from school.
Now, what would the 4-year-old child say? Would she say, I was preparing for dismissal? Or she was preparing for dismissal?
Uh-huh. See how that works now?
You're right. The child would say, I was preparing for dismissal.
But
She changed it or
she altered it.
There, you're getting it now.
Altered.
Also, do 4-year-olds use words like preparing for dismissal?
Prepare. It's a big word for a 4-year-old. It's a big word for me.
Yeah, that's not even kindergarten.
No. Some adults don't even know that.
Who do you suppose? Do you suppose that child said that?
I truly doubt it, Mike. I truly doubt it. In fact, I'm going to go on the edge and say she didn't.
Yeah, I don't think that child said this.
No. Audience out there, I don't think she did that. So play along with me.
Let's see if we have any more obstruction of
please.
justice.
Let's find
Okay,
out.
I think we left off right here. Let's see where. And okay, and then here we go. L stated.
Oh, L stated that while using the bathroom, the curtain which hung for privacy fell over and Mr. Gleason walked over, picked it up, and stood at the bathroom door watching her as she sat with her pants down. And then she stood up to pull her pants. What the fuck?
Yeah, so would she say, I pulled up my pants, or she pulled up
She
her
pulled up her pants.
Which means that Norellis Olivaria did
It was
what?
altered.
Well, there you go. Now, watch this. This is the good one here. Now, this one you go.
Now, is this the part where people start going to jail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they tried to do to me.
Yeah.
Okay, now watch this. Listen to what the mother says. The mother states, she explained that she stated that she walked into the classroom to find L inside the single-stall bathroom with her pants down and Mr. Gleason standing at the doorway of the bathroom peeking through the hinge of the door and the frame. So, the mother says she walks in and catches me looking through the hinge in the frame, and the child's pants are down. Got it? Now watch this. Let's continue reading from right here, what we just read.
Okay, so L stated that while using the bathroom, the curtains which hung for privacy fell over and Mr. Gleason, that's you, walked over, picked it up, and stood at the bathroom door watching her as she sat with her pants down.
Keep going.
And then she stood up to pull her pants up.
What did mom say she saw?
Wow.
So mom said her pants were down. What did the victim say?
She said she stood up to pull her pants up. Now, which one is it? That's a trivia, people. Which one you think it was? Somebody lying.
There you go.
That's called obstruction.
That's called perjury, obstruction. That's called shit for brains.
Oh, wait a minute.
Called...
I got a new one. I might be wrong with this one. That's also 5 to 10 years.
I hope so. Mother stated that she walked into the classroom to find L inside the single-stall bathroom with her pants down and Mr. Gleason standing at the doorway of the bathroom, peeking through the hinge of the door and the frame. Mom says pants are down. So, we're going to do it just like they do in the psychiatrist's office. Okay? She said she walked in there and the child's pants were down. Down go the pants. Now, we're going to drop down to paragraph 6. This is the child's testimony. On the date of the incident, she was praying for dismissal. She needed to use the bathroom. Stated while using the bathroom, the curtain which hangs for privacy fell over and Mr. Gleason walked over, picked it up, and stood in the bathroom watching her as she sat with her pants down, and then she stood up to pull her pants up. So, according to the daughter, up go the pants. That's the daughter's testimony. The daughter said she pulled up her pants. Mother says she walks in here. First of all, how can you see past this wall and tell if the daughter's pants are up or down? That's interesting. Here's the daughter in here. She walks in and she sees Mr. Gleason looking through the stall. So did she walk around me and then come around here? And where did Mr. Gleason go? Mother said the child's pants were down. But you just heard me read. 2 paragraphs later, the child says, I pulled my pants up. So which one is it? Was the child's pants up or down? Or did the child pull her pants up and then I went to look at it over here and then she went back over and pulled her pants down again? Noelle Salavaria, you could not write your way out of a middle school essay assignment. Your writing sucks. And you graduated from DePaul University?
Investigative Memorandum. File number 5714. Chicago Public Schools did not conduct their own investigation. CPS contracted a detective agency called Fact Finders Group Incorporated, located at 4747 Lincoln Highway, Madison, Illinois. Phone number 708-283-4200. Subject, Michael P. Gleason. Type of incident, sexual harassment. School, Alexander von Humboldt Elementary School, Family Center Preschool. On Monday, January 30, year 2012, the reporting investigator was assigned to conduct an investigation of an allegation of sexual harassment against Mr. Michael Gleason, a day-to-day substitute teacher, ID number 0000333017. Assigned at the Alexander von Humboldt Elementary School. According to Event Detail Report number 822593, dated Friday, January 20, 2012, on that same date, at approximately 2:07 p.m., it is alleged that Mr. Gleason was looking at student L redacted O redacted as she used the bathroom and her pants were down. On Friday, January 20, 2012, Ms. Gail King, Assistant Principal, notified Ms. Gail Snyder of DCFS of this incident. On Tuesday, January 31, 2012, at approximately 10 o'clock a.m., the reporting investigator visited the Alexander von Humboldt Elementary School for the purpose of conducting interviews in furtherance of this investigation. At approximately 1:15 a.m., the investigative reporter interviewed Ms. King. Ms. King stated that L.'s mother, Ms. Diana Feliciano, contacted her to report the incident. Ms. King also stated she contacted the sub-center to report the incident, as well as DCFS. Gleason stated that he cannot recall how close he was standing near the bathroom as L redacted used the bathroom. Mr. Gleason also stated that the curtain in the bathroom had fallen multiple times throughout the day and cannot recall if the curtain was on the ground while L redacted used the bathroom. Mr. Gleason stated he never peeked inside the bathroom when L redacted was using it. On Wednesday, February 8, 2012, at approximately 11:45 a.m., the reporting investigator interviewed Miss Feliciano at the Alexander von Humboldt Elementary School. Miss Feliciano stated that on January 20, 2012, she arrived at the school at approximately 2:00 p.m. to pick up L. Redacted. Miss Feliciano stated that upon entering the school, she did not see L. Redacted with the other students in the front lobby area of the school, as the rest of the students were being dismissed. Miss Feliciano explained that Miss Doris Jimenez, classroom assistant, told her L. Redacted was still in the classroom because she needed to use the bathroom, which was located inside the classroom. Miss Feliciano stated that she walked into the classroom to find L. Redacted inside the single-stall bathroom with her pants down and Mr. Gleason standing in the doorway of the bathroom, peeking through the hinge of the door in the frame. Miss Feliciano stated she did not want to question L. Redacted in front of Mr. Gleason and make her feel uncomfortable. Upon arriving at their home, L. Redacted began to cry as she described Mr. Gleason watching her as she used the bathroom and how uncomfortable it made her feel. Miss Feliciano also stated that when she walked into the classroom, there was no one else inside the classroom, other than L. Redacted who was on the toilet, and Mr. Gleason in the bathroom doorway. Miss Feliciano further stated she was never contacted by DCFS for an interview with her or L. Redacted. At approximately 1:00 p.m., reporting investigator interviewed L. Redacted at the Alexander von Humboldt Elementary School. L. Redacted stated that on the date of the incident, she was preparing for dismissal from school when she needed to use the bathroom. L. Redacted stated that while using the bathroom, the curtain, which hangs for privacy, fell over and Mr. Gleason walked over, picked it up and stood at the bathroom door watching her as she sat with her pants down, and then she stood up to pull her pants up. L. Redacted added that she did not ask Mr. Gleason for help and that he did not touch her or say anything to her as she stood at the doorway watching her. L. Redacted also stated she attempted to close the door on Mr. Gleason, because she felt scared. The door, however, did not close all the way and Mr. Gleason continued to watch her through the gap between the hinge and the doorway. L. Redacted stated that Mr. Gleason did not walk away until her mother arrived and helped her finish in the bathroom. At approximately 2:00 p.m., the reporting investigator interviewed Miss Jimenez at the Alexander von Humboldt Elementary School. Miss Jimenez stated that on the date of the incident, the students were putting on their coats to prepare for dismissal and L. Redacted asked to use the bathroom. Miss Jimenez stated she proceeded with the rest of the class out of the classroom and Mr. Gleason stayed behind with L. Redacted. Miss Jimenez stated she did not notice where Mr. Gleason was standing when L. Redacted used the bathroom, and she did not see any inappropriate behavior from Mr. Gleason while he interacted with the students.
So, Elliot, we have one more example of pure perjury, 100% perjury.
This must be the big one.
Yeah. Would you read that last paragraph, please? What Mrs. Jimenez said?
Sure.
The teacher assistant?
Make my eyes all focused. They're pretty big right now.
You're doing great,
Yeah,
Elliot.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And no perjury, please. At approximately 2 p.m., the RI interviewed Miss
Jimenez
at the Alexander von Humboldt Elementary School. Now, she stated that on that date of the incident, that the students were putting on their coats to prepare for dismissal and asked to use the bathroom. Now, she stated that she proceeded with the rest of the class out of the classroom and Mr. Gleason stayed behind
with
L and stated she did not notice where Mr. Gleason was standing when L used the bathroom, and she did not see any inappropriate behavior from Mr. Gleason while he was interacting with the students.
Okay, now here we have another example of diarrhea of the mouth. How much ground is she going to cover in that paragraph? Listen, I was in the front of that line.
That's deep.
And I led the kids out of the room.
So, how did they get away with obstruction of justice?
Simple. Somebody on the inside at the Department of Employee Relations read this, who is supposed to be a professional adjudicator. You see, this comes from the DCFS, Department of Children Family Services. This is what Tom Krieger, the adjudicator, had in his hands at the time he recommended my termination. Dear Mr. Gleason, you were previously notified that this department was investigating a report of suspected child abuse or neglect in fulfillment of its responsibilities under law. Listen carefully. After a thorough evaluation, we have determined the report to be unfounded. This means that credible evidence of child abuse or neglect has not been found. Job to take this kind of evidence and come to the conclusion that either they're telling the truth or they're lying.
So
he already had the DCFS report in his hands.
So everybody's got their part in alterations. We're not talking about fashions either. No.
Okay. Well, Elliot, thank you for coming by and playing with us.
Yeah, that was fun. I learned a lot. Obstruction of justice. Perjury is not good.
Yeah, don't do perjury. Thank you for watching episode 5 of The Ninth Floor. See the scroll at the bottom? See the telephone number? If you're on the do not hire list over some, give me a call and come to this studio and you can play with me and Mr. Elliot again. Bye-bye.